Welcome to Open Walnut, your one-stop shop for all things cyber, cloud, and automation. With our tutorials and engaging content, we will show you how to protect your resources, leverage the power of the cloud, and automate your way to success. Now let's get it cracking. In this video, we'll be looking on how to set up Node-RED with AWS. Additionally, we will be looking at the components displayed on the screen. Before we get started, I would like to go over the prerequisites. Basic knowledge of AWS is required. We also encourage you to understand on how to set up a security group and how to attach this to an EC2 instance. We'll be going over as well on how to set up Docker and how to bring up a Docker container that is Node-RED. Now let's get started. We'll navigate to our VPC dashboard and click on VPC. If you do not have a VPC set up, ensure you create a new one by clicking on Create VPC. Additionally, we are required to have an internet gateway so our EC2 instance can reach the World Wide Web. So we have to go to Internet Gateways. As we can see, I have an internet gateway as well, and I have this attached to my VPC, which is right here. And then we have to go to our route tables to ensure that the routes are available. Go to routes, and we see that our internet gateway is available in the routes. Let's continue now with the security group. So we're going to click on security group. We're going to create a new security group. We'll give this a name. We give this a description. We select our VPC and we will add an inbound rule. We will allow SSH and then we are going to select my IP. We'll be adding an additional rule for HTTP and we're going to allow this also from your IP since we are setting up for testing. We scroll down, add tags, we add a project, and we will click on Create Security Group. This security group will be now used for attaching it to our EC2 instance, which allows us to SSH into this instance and reach port 80 on this instance. Let's begin now with our AWS EC2 instance. We'll navigate to AWS EC2 dashboard, navigate to instances running, click on Launch New Instance, give it a name, we're going to use the Amazon Linux AMI right here. We'll keep it at a micro. We'll generate a new key pair. This will allow us to access the instance through SSH. Give it a name. And then we will click on Create Key Pair. Navigate to the network settings. We confirm the VPC. We will select an existing security group. We'll open this up. And we will select the test group that we made earlier. We update the storage to 16 gigabytes. And we confirm that auto assign for public IP is enabled. Now we'll click on Launch Instance. And we can click on our instance ID right here to see where the status is. As we see, the instance state is still pending. Let's click on the instance ID. Navigate to security. And we can see that our security group that we earlier created, where we add port 22 for SSH from our IP and port 80 from our IP, is allowed. Outbound allowing all traffic from our EC2 instance. Let's navigate to details. And we can see right now that the instance is running. Now that we have navigated to our Connect to Instance tab, we can navigate to the SSH client. We're going to copy the example from right here. It shows that the SSH command, and then we're going to use -I for our key, and then the user, as well as the address where we connect to. We'll open our terminal. We're going to do an ls, and we can see that we have our Node-RED test PAM available to us. Now we're going to paste our command, press enter. Oh, there's a problem. So what we have to do, we have to ensure we put a 400 on it. So chmod 400 and then Node-RED. And we paste the same command again. And we are into our instance. We can do a who am I? And we can confirm that I am the EC2 user. Now, the next step would be to set up Docker. We're going to start off with updating our OS. Sudo dnf update. There's nothing to update. Sudo dnf install Docker. We'll say yes. We're going to start our Docker service. Sudo systemctl start Docker. Next, we're going to ensure that it's enabled. So at boot, the Docker service starts automatically. Sudo systemctl enable Docker. We'll have now, let's check the status. So let's see if it's running. Sudo systemctl status Docker. We see that the Docker service is running. Let's do a Docker ps. We see that the regular user is not able to run Docker commands, so we will be adding this user. So we're going to do sudo user mod -ag, add to group Docker, and then to users. Now we can do renew our privileges. So new group and then Docker. And now do a Docker ps. And we see that we can run our Docker commands. In the next step, we will be looking on how to download the Node-RED container and start this up. We will navigate to the Docker Hub and search for Node-RED. We will see one that has 250,000 pulls for the last week. We're going to click on the first one. We're going to copy our command and open our terminal. And we continue where we left off. At this point, we can paste the command. So we're telling Docker pull and then Node-RED /Node-RED. I'm going to press enter. Right now, Docker is pulling the latest image, as well as the container. And we can do the following command to see if the image is available. So Docker image ls, and we see that the Docker image is available for Node-RED. Now that we have confirmed that our Node-RED image is available, we can continue to go to the website. And if we navigate to the official node-red.org website, we can see in the docs/get started in Docker the following command. We're going to copy this. We also have an explanation. So you find this here. So Docker run -it in terminal, and then your local port to the Docker container port, your mounting point to /data, as well as the name of your container and then the image. So now let's go back to terminal. I'm going to paste this directory node-red/data. So let's get that done first. MK there, and then we're going to call this node-red data LSLA, and we have this right here. I would like to remind you, if you have not done so, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Now let's get back to the video. See the node-red data. See the path, it's right here. Now we paste our command, and we will be adding the path right here. So /home /EC2 user /node-red data. I'm going to call this node-red. And as we did in our ASG, we're going to expose it to port 80. So let's change that to 80 and we press enter. We can see that the node-red instance has started, and we can navigate now to our browser to confirm. Copy the public DNS name and open a new tab. Paste this in, select port 80, press enter, and your first node-red container is up and running.